Hello, this is G Sweet K, where we discuss matters of national importance. Stay tuned.
I'll be talking to us on the rule of work, rules of work, rules of work. You know, by the vehicle of experience and things that has happened within and around me on the years I've put in to work, I've come to understand that you don't reap first, just like the farmer technology or farmer procedure. You don't reap first. You put in work. You sow first. And sowing come in different dimensions. Sowing come in different platforms. Sowing come in different sizes. Okay, going by my experiences, I started a career early enough. Even while I was doing my national diploma in Abia State Polytechnic in Aba, I was already working with USC, a branch of USC which is called Mr. Biggs. And in that process, I've done a lot for myself. I gained the admission, I was working, and I know I have worked for the company like a year or more before. But I was a student and also taking out career opportunity. I have a lot of witnesses who can attest to that. They are still living and doing good in life. I have supervisors. I have managers. I started as a stock handler. My major responsibility is to receive the consumable, the dry goods and the vegetables and stuff that we use in production. Then we issue out. We use GRN to receive, use XIV to give out. I may not explain those ones now, but that's for the documentation purposes. We do all those things in order to have good documentation of our job or the things we receive. Let's say we receive 2,000 kg of frozen chicken, be it broiler, be it layers, be it turkey. We need the SIV to document how many kgs we have given out of the 2,000. And at the end of the day, when we are taking stock, whatever you have given out minus the weight loss subtracted from what you receive, you should have a collaborative balance that will not be excessive. At least with that, you can checkmate the movement of the goods or the raw materials and how they are being used. And when I gained employment with UAC in Baden, I think they gave me a task. The task they gave me is to work on their bean card because I was studying maths and statistics then. They gave me a task to work on their bean card. It has been outdated for 8 months, and they are expecting auditors in 3 weeks to 1 month's time, and they have all the SIVs, but nobody want to take that pains to document all those things in the way they're supposed to be. So when they employed me, they told me, you have only 2 weeks to meet up with this target. And if you meet up with it, you will stay. If you don't meet up with it, you will go. So it become a tax. And I told them, I will. They said to me, you have the freedom to sleep over if that's what you want to do to meet your target. When the AAC, the area account controller, explained those things to me with the then storekeeper, who happened to be my direct boss, I was just like, what are you doing? You don't have anything to do in the night. So do it day and night. I skipped school for 2 weeks and started the work. I even work in the night, sleep over, do it. And they trusted me with that truck that they left the office open for me. Somebody who is newly employed. I slept over, and by the grace of God and speed that God bestowed on me, I finished it on the 12th day. On the day 12, I was able to finish all the documentation, submit it. The AAC went through it, verified, did his own auditing, and said it's good. And that was how I began to work. And when I begin to work, the rule of work here simply connotes that the task that I was given was so difficult and tedious for some people that left it, that said they can't do it. But that is the task that kept me in the business. And I happened to work with UAC for 4 years and 8 months because I made that task. And you know what? After that task, every other thing was easy. The job was not as difficult like that task. And that task was my sowing period. That task was my tilling period. I till the ground, I till my stay, I till my stand in that process, in that company with that tax. And the person that recommended me for the job, he's still alive, Kenneth Okori. He said, I know he can do it. When they were talking during that interview, he was just saying, I know he can do it. And in me, I said, I don't want to let this man down. And God so kind, with hard work and effort, I push through. You know, we cover laziness with grace. We use grace to cover laziness. When somebody is lazy, the person will say, by the grace of God, oh, grace. No. Put on the work first before grace will not summarize it. Grace doesn't cover your mistakes. Grace doesn't cover your shortcomings. But grace makes you acceptable. Grace makes you acceptable. It doesn't cover your mistakes. It doesn't cover your shortcomings, but it makes you acceptable. With your mistakes, people will still see your mistakes. People will still know your shortcoming, but they will say, he's rude. She's not serious, but she's excellent in her doings. That's what grace does. A lot of people can do that thing you do, but they know you don't have that customer relationship, but you keep to your time, you meet up with your target. So grace will always make them, they know you are rude, attitude wise you are not there, but you can deliver your job well. They know if they give this to you, you will deliver, but the manner of approach, you don't have it. They will still give you and say, if it is for your manners, we wouldn't have given you this. But we are giving you this because we know you can deliver. That's what grace does. So let's not cover grace with laziness. Rule of work simply connotes you must till the ground first. And that is where majority of young people get it wrong. When you are tilling the ground, you must not be everybody favorite. People may resume by 10 and close by 2. But you, because you are tilling the ground, you may resume by 8 and close by 8 in the night. You may not even have a closing period, but you have a resurrection time. You may do work till the next night while your colleagues in the office will go, but you are still doing the work. And at the end, many of them will still collect salary more than you, but you are doing the greater portion of the work. That is your tilling period. That is your farming season. That is the period and the season that determines if you will stay in the business or not. And during that period, don't do it with bitterness. Don't do it with grudges. Don't do it with heaviness of heart. Do it with all joy. See, that supervisor may not like you. They may want to be giving you job to do so that you will not have any minute or second to rest. But while you are doing it, God will position the eyes of your helpers to see you and what you are doing. So when it comes to promotion, these people has been there for 10 years, but you are just 10 months old, you'll be recommended for promotion. Why? The eyes of your helpers are on you when that supervisor think that he or she is punishing you to give you more tasks to do. I don't know if you are getting what I'm trying to explain here. Listen, the rule of work demands that you do your work without complaint. It might not be easy, but do it without complaint. I work with USC. I close late, and I have two colleagues, Jumbo and Chimese. We work together. We close late. Sometimes we sleep. Jumbo is a big guy now. We are still friends. He can attest to this video. We close sometimes. Instead of going to the house late night, we'll just go and hang out, sit close. Early morning we'll resume. People will not know that we have not been to the house. Why? We resume work in the morning, remove the clothes we wear, and wear cover up to continue our work. Sometimes it's only our boss, Ikechukwu Mogugu, that will say, "You guys did not go to the house." He's the only one that knows what we put through. And before long, the seed we sow started paying. The harvest season came. As a stock handler, I was moved to Central Account Department. From there, I was sent to training to go and study or to be trained as a statistician. And from there, the level changed. I made my first 500,000 in the year 2008 in that business. First 500,000. I bought my first car in the year 2009 while in that business. It's not that the harvest season will not come. The harvest season will only come when you have endured the farming season. The harvest season will only come when you have endured the sowing season. See, when you check farmers during the sowing season, some of them, their hand used to got peeled because they are using hoe to till the ground. They are using digger, they are using shovel to dig the ground. Some of them, their hands used to got peeled. Those who are doing manual farming, even those who are doing mechanized farming, sometimes they get caught by using those machines. But during the harvest season, they forget the pains they have been through. Why? It's a paying season. Somebody told me, he said, "You have a retentive memory. You still remember all those things that happened in the year 2004, 2000." Yes, I do. I do. Because it was my farming season. It was my sowing season. I tilled the ground. You know, when people see me today, they say, "Ah, you have this, you do that, you do that, you do." I look at them and laugh. You don't know how we got here. If you know what many of us have been through to get here, you will not pray for us to fall. That's why sometimes you pray for people to fall, not to achieve anything in life. But they keep flourishing, they keep growing, scaling higher heights. Why? You don't know what they have sown that brought them to that level. You don't know the seed they have sowed, seed of hard work they have sowed that brought them to that level. Listen, no matter how hard you pray, no matter how hard you fast and sow seed to any altar, listen, there are people who will never fail in this life because they have paid their dues and they paid it in full. There are people who will never fail in this life. So, rule of work demands that you do your work. Do your work diligently. Forget who doesn't like your work, who is gossiping with you. Just keep doing that in which you are supposed to do, and leave whosoever that is gossiping or saying evil about what you are doing. With time, when you will start reaping your harvest of the seed you have planted, they will come to say, "Wow, so this is it." The wise ones will come to apologize. Why the foolish ones will blow it out of proportion? Maybe because you know somebody at the top. Even if you know somebody at the top, what stops them from knowing them? There is no monopoly knowing somebody at the top. Anybody can know somebody at the top. But remember that some people that know somebody at the top, it is relationship through hard work that made them to know those people at the top. So if you think knowing people at the top is a shortcut to success, you are still living in yesterday, because people, generations have gone past that level. Knowing people at the top is not enough. You need hard work. You need to till the ground. You need to work for it. If you know people at the top and you cannot meet up with their requests for work and demand, can that relationship survive? No. So knowing people at the top is not enough. Go out of your way to put up hard work and work to make sure you till the ground. After tilling the ground, there are other things that follow. And in part B of this video, I will tell you things that follow hard work in a workplace. Thank you for staying thoughtful. I still remain your content creator and the host of this channel, Kingsley. Thank you for staying thoughtful with us, and see you on my next video. This is Gist with K, where we discuss matters of national importance. Bye and stay blessed.